It's August 30th, 2025, and I returned to work this week. It's been slow though, so I had lots of free time to journal about my video ideas. At first, I came up with this super structured game plan where I was going to work on my videos for like 6 days a week, but then immediately after going home that day, I was so tired that I was out by 8 p.m. and the next day wasn't any better. And I realized that it wasn't that I wasn't motivated or excited to make the video, but it was just that I lacked the actual energy to do so. So I would wake up anywhere between 5 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. and by the time I got home at 6 p.m., I'm ready to skip dinner and just jump straight to bed. And after I realized this, I decided to let myself off the hook a bit and maybe just start slow and do 1 day a week of working on my videos instead of jumping straight into 6 days a week. So with that, I was able to get some decent rest, and I began my latest project today, which is the 30-day decluttering challenge. I wanted to try making 30 shorts for 30 days to see if that was something I could manage. And I'm kind of thinking of it as a 30-day crash course in video making and also cleaning up my apartment. I just feel like I'm in a state right now where I have a lot of things I want to do, but the thing that always gets in the way is cleaning, and I feel like it's been like that my whole life. My physical space always gets so cluttered whenever I start to overthink, which honestly is every day. But waking up to that kind of mess and then having to come home to that kind of mess makes it really hard to concentrate, because it just makes me feel like I don't have my life together at all. And my voice is dying and I don't know why. Probably because I didn't drink enough water. But anyway, not having my space clean stresses me out so much, and I feel like because a large part of my video making goals is to document my life honestly, I figured why not document how I struggle to keep a clean home. I know I'm more motivated to clean when the camera is on, so why not use that to my advantage? And I think I'm always the better version of me when I'm filming myself, so I wanted to really maximize that and use it as almost a training tool to keep me accountable for all the things that I say I want to do. And additionally, I think making 30 shorts for 30 days will also force me to kind of speedrun learning how to use all these creative softwares. For example, today I made 3 shorts using Canva, CapCut, and Resolve, and even though the videos were only about 30 seconds long, I think it took me a good 4 to 5 hours to make them because I had no idea how to use CapCut and I wasn't really sure how to edit text in Resolve the way that I wanted to. So half the time was spent watching YouTube tutorials and trying to not tear my already thinning hair out because I couldn't change the size or the placement of one word without changing the entire groupings of text. So I don't know, captions and texts are really important to me, so even though it was really frustrating, I felt like I learned a lot today, and I felt like I've kind of got a template set up for the rest of my 30-day challenge. So yeah, I don't know how likely it is for me to actually keep up the pace of posting 1 short a day for 30 days, but I wanted to give it a try because I feel like this is kind of, a training arc. I have lots of video ideas, but I don't, if I don't actually know how to use the editing software, then I feel like I'll just have, more frustration. But if I'm familiar with the software and I can actually manipulate the footage and the text in the ways that I had envisioned, then the whole process would probably just be more enjoyable. And In between my like little editing sessions today, I've also been watching interviews with like just actors, musicians, other artists and creators, and I try to just understand how they overcame the fear of putting themselves out there. And I think some people are just born like unafraid to be themselves, and to share that with the world, but others like really have to dig deep or like lean on their support systems and find that safe space where they feel comfortable enough being themselves. And I don't think that I've really gotten to that point yet, or I don't know exactly how to do that, but I think doing this journaling and reflecting about this whole process really helps. And I think journaling in general is kind of hard, but like now that I have a specific topic that I'm trying to concentrate my journals on, this being the creative topic, I think it helps narrow down my train of thought, and it helps clear my mind, and honestly it just helps me sleep at night a bit better. And I feel like I've been saying this for like the past decade, but so far up to now, I feel like everything that I do with one goal in mind, and that is to get a good night's sleep, because I am so sick and tired of feeling perpetually tired all the time, and I'm so sick and tired of just laying there with all these thoughts and ideas in my mind, and then I can't fall asleep because they're in my head, and then I feel guilty for not taking any action and turning them into reality or getting them out of my system somehow. And I'm no composer, but I think I really understand musicians who feel the need to get a melody or a phrase out of their head, and it's actually a really uncomfortable feeling to have these ideas in your head that you can't get out, and it just feels like you're constantly gassy but you can't burp, or like, you know, it's just mental constipation, and it is not pleasant. So I don't know if this like 30 shorts in 30 days is a good idea, or if it's just like another project that I'm gonna start and not finish. But I don't know, I set some rules for myself this time, so I hope I won't get too stressed if I miss a day. And I don't know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, but it is 9:41 right now, and I'm already so tired, but I feel like I got like a decent amount of sleep last night. I don't know, I'm gonna go to bed, and hopefully I will have enough energy somehow tomorrow or the next few days to keep on chugging along. And yeah, okay, bye.